today to a Country Crest shop to actually see the final product, onions, potatoes on the shelf that I produce. And later we will go through the process of how they leave my farm and the whole process through how they get here and the whole traceability and everything that happens around that to ensure total safe traceable food on the shelf as we see here today. Farm modernisation is very important on farms, and under CAP they are supporting some of the specific spending and giving grants towards it. On my farm I availed of an onion harvester, which there was 30% grant on it. Ecological focus areas come in under the new CAP as well, and farms have to have at least, arable farms have to have at least 5% of these ecological focus areas. They're basically areas on the farm that are part of your farm but not used for production, i.e. the banks, the hedges, maybe cluster of trees. Knowledge transfer, we engage through it by being in a discussion group, and in this area we have a tillage group which I am part of, and we meet once a month and we transfer knowledge from one farmer to the other. Under the new rules of CAP, one of the measures is crop diversification. Crop diversification means growing more than one crop on your farm. If you have over 30 hectares, which I do, I have to grow 3 crops on the farm. This isn't a problem on my farm, as I already grow wheat, barley, potatoes and onions. The point of crop diversification is the way you grow more than one crop, and you maybe give the land a break with break crops. So it's actually a better practice for rotation and for your land.
Country Crest is an agri-business where we, first of all, are farmers, where we grow a range of crops and we have livestock. And then we have a packing business here where we pack potatoes and onions for the Irish supermarkets. David Rodgers is one of our foremost growers. David, like any of our other growers, goes through a process of a planning before the crop actually is planted in the ground, where the agronomy is taken care of and a plan is put in place to what crops will be grown in a specific year for the targeted market. So that will apply to any of the potato crops or the onion crops. The Common Agricultural Policy has been put there for many reasons, but the main reason in my view is that it ensures quality, traceable food at an affordable price for consumers who want to know where every mouthful comes from.
Here the onions are going into the weigher, and the onions go into each compartment there, and then the weigher picks the right compartments to have the exact right weight. So if it's a 2 kilogram bag or a 1 kilogram bag, it knows to pick the right onions to make that one weight.
The process begins here when the potatoes hit the weigh bridge. That is then labelled with the box labels, which will contain all of the traceability information. So then the potatoes will enter the washed area, and then they go through a series of grading to make sure that the size fits within the regulations that we're allowed to pack those potatoes or onions. And then those potatoes continue on into the packs or the pre-packs. They're taken to the dispatch area where they head on to the trucks to go to the distribution centres. Those distribution centres in turn take the potatoes or the onions to the supermarkets. No longer is it good enough to tell consumers that their potatoes or their onions or any other farm commodity is produced in Ireland. They want to get right down on the farm with that producer. A huge plus for consumers today is knowing that they are supporting Irish jobs. And by supporting David in growing these crops, he is employing people. We here in Country Crest are employing people. Our distributors are employing people. So it's a virtual circle and everybody wins.